So I am back, and you have just tuned into Mindset Monday. Had a couple difficult technical difficulties just now, and I almost forgot what day of the week it was. So before I get started, I want you to comment, share. Please hit the subscribe button so you'll know when I go live, and you can get the notifications if you make sure that that bell is checked. So it is Mindset Monday, you guys, and I want you to first when you listen, however you listen, whenever you listen, please forgive me on my voice. It is not the best right now. Um, yeah, I had a weekend of family fun and outside in the air and all those things. But anywho, hopefully I sound good enough for you guys to get the message, right? Because it is Mindset Monday and happy holidays to you all, my viewers, my subscribers. I hope you had an amazing Christmas and I hope you celebrated the season or the reason for the season, right? So it's Mindset Monday again, and I wanted to come through and just kind of share a message. And beforehand, I was like, what am I going to title this today? Like, I don't know what I'm going to title this call today. What message can I give that pertains to the mind? Well, there's all kinds of messages that can pertain to the mindset, you guys, if you only understand, and it takes a lot of growing and studying. You have to study it, but experiences will allow you to realize how fragile the mind really is and how if you just place yourself in a particular mindset, it'll cause you to win in every area of your life, literally. So what I decided to say about this call was lucky enough or coincidentally enough, and I don't believe in too much of coincidences, but anywho, I was thinking about some things. I'm in my thinking mode all the time, and a girl like me, I love to get in the car and I like to take a drive because it's therapeutic, right? I get to have mental time to think, to kind of have my free space. And so last night, while I was just thinking, I have this big thing about being on the road and um all that. And I was like, just thinking of some things that I could talk about today because I know today would have been Mindset Monday, right? And then oddly enough, I got on a call tonight on a mentorship call, and the topic was mentorship and mentees, right? The amount of information, you guys, I can show you my notebook right now, but literally the amount of information that I got tonight was just astonishing. And it wasn't even all the information that I could have gotten. There is so much to learn when it comes to leadership and changing your mindset and mentorship and all those things because they're all based upon how you look at things, right? Whether or not you're a leader, you have to see things a certain way. Whether or not you're a mentor, same thing, leadership. You have to see things a certain way so that you're able to teach someone else, right? And as a mentee, the job extends a whole lot further. Like the mentee will always do more work. And I was just thinking about that in regards to the topic that I have. And, the topic that I just labeled this tonight was who you listen to will determine what you become. And I use that because it's, even I'll just talk about myself personally. Since I've been in this business of trading and investing, and I'll tell anyone, it goes way beyond trading and investing because since I've been in this opportunity with I Am Master Academy, it has allowed me to grow in so many different areas of my life. Like the mental growth that I've even seen in myself and not just seen in myself, it's the way I move. And if it's anything that allows me to grow in a better position, I'm all for it. Just going home for the holiday seasons, everybody's congratulating me and telling me, they can see the changes. And I'm proud of that. And initially, I didn't really think about it. But tonight, even after listening to that call, I'm not privately mentored by the person that the leader that was given the call, but I listened to the things that he says. And not just that, my mentor, um, listens to him and is a mentee under him. And so I chose when I decided to be in this opportunity to take advantage of all areas. I decided to make sure that I'm on my mindset calls, and those are led by Mornings with Nano. He's very popular here on YouTube as well. So I know that you've heard of him. But I decided to make sure that I not only am I here to learn a skill set, that I'm here to grow to be a better person because I didn't think that learning a skill set would force me willingly to be in a position where I want to impact people, where I want to change lives. And from even a simple decision, had I asked for permission, had I asked certain people or the people that I looked up to the most about this particular thing, about this skill set, what would their answer have been? And even now today, even though I'm here, some people still say no, or what you doing, and some people don't believe in it at all. Even some family members. But again, who you listen to will determine what you'll become. Because I've even found that some of the things that I say has been, I'm like, where does that come from? It comes because I have been consistently growing in self development. I have been positioning myself to learn different things that I've never learned before. And even though I look up to certain people, I can't go to someone who's never been in this position, who doesn't know anything even about this particular field. I can look up if I look up to them because I respect how they love people um and how they're such a good caregiver. I can't go to them and listen to them when it comes to knowing how to build a business. I can look up to them if I decided, to befriend someone and I want to know, how do you be a good friend? How do you or how do you make sure that your friendship is, good and you're loving people the proper way? I look up to them for that. I can ask them about that. I wouldn't dare go to them and ask them about things they know nothing about. It's kind of like I say, I like to drive, right? Driving is therapeutic to me. So I thought about it the other night. And I'm like, I'm real big on respecting the rules of the road. And I noticed that sometimes it's not, one time I would think, hey, sometimes when people are in the fast lanes in their car, maybe it's because they're afraid to move, right? They're afraid to just switch over to the lane that fits them properly. And then I just kept paying attention and paying attention. No, because sometimes when that person is in the fast lane and they refuse to move, it's not because they're afraid to move over to the slow lane. It's because they literally want to hold you up from what you're deciding to do. And they don't, and so they prefer you slow your roll and get out of place in order for them to stay ahead. That made, that resonated to me in so many different areas because again, even someone if you wanted to know how to become the best basketball player ever, would you go and you study, you know, LeBron James, or would you go and ask maybe who? Jay-Z? I don't know. I don't know if Jay-Z plays ball in his pastime, but I know he knows about music. I know that that's his lane. And so I wouldn't go and ask to how to become a professional basketball player from someone who deals in music. I can still look up to Jay-Z for musical information and things that pertains to music and sound and all those things, but I couldn't go and qualify him for something that he's not even partaking in. And that's the thing about even the people that we like to listen to. We can listen to our loved ones and people that we respect. We can listen to them. We can take their opinion and their advice. But what are you taking it for? Know what you're asking for. Know how you'll be able to actually apply that later. Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to qualify someone for something they never signed up for. they know nothing about, they didn't sign up for it. And so this is who you decide to listen to in every area of your life. You will become exactly what they allow you to become because they're going to tell you just as much as they know or just as much as they want you to know. So, what are you going to become? Who are you going to listen to? Who will you continue to look up to? And just because you look up to someone for something doesn't mean you have to look to them for everything. Some things are just out of their reach or out of their profession, shall I say. Sometimes people will give you advice and people will tell you about things just because you ask. They will give you exactly what it is, their opinion, but they have no known facts, anything that have allowed them to actually go through and experience it themselves. And a lot of times we know that, but we want to listen to the people that we already look up to, the people that we're already comfortable with. And then we look back years later and we wonder why we've only gotten here. Yeah, just taking a moment of silence because even I've been guilty of that. I've been guilty of making decisions in my life based upon the people that I looked up to. Yet, the things that I was asking them about, they have never experienced a day in their lives. But I just looked up to them. I just wanted to talk to them about anything and everything. And that's cool. Have somebody that you confide into. But who are you listening to them? Who are you listening to? And what are they telling you? Now, if you just want random conversation, fine, listen to anyone. Or if you just want music, I don't know. And I don't even believe in that anymore because I know who I listen to the most decides on what I become, what I will become. And if I'm even listening to someone, if I take a look at their lives and they have been afraid to make decisions and afraid to take risk and they've been so careful about every single move in their lives, they can't show me how to step outside the box. They wouldn't dare step outside of their own box. Why would I listen to them or ask them, even ask them, how to step outside the box and spread my wings, right? They're careful about everything. They never do anything out of the ordinary. I don't know about you, but I want to be extraordinary. And while I can respect the person who's reserved and the person who plays it safe, I can respect that person. I used to be that person. But at this time in my life, I want to do some things that I've never done before. I want to go places that I've never been before. I want to sit at tables that someone said I was never qualified to sit at. And if I want to do that, I have to now change who I listen to. I can still look up to them all day long, but now I have to go over here and look up to the person that's outside of that box, that's taking leaps of faith, that is expanding their horizons every second of the day. I have to go to the person who's willing to take risk because now they can give me pure facts of the things that they've experienced. Now I get to listen to what I want to become, who I would like to, become because they know. So on Mindset Monday, and I posted a quote just morning, and I don't want to get it wrong about who the quote is by, right? But the quote goes, the mind is like a parachute. It only works if it's open. Whew. And prior to actually opening my mind to certain things, I would have never seen it that way. But now that I'm in the space of trying to grow and gaining so much more knowledge about so many different things, I'm able to see now. I'm able to see how seriously, if I had continued to have a closed mind, I would have never gained any knowledge. How do we like to say, even if we don't say it that way, a closed mouth doesn't get fed? Mm. A closed in mind would never grow. You will never know what you're capable of if you close your mind to things. If you stay and you play it safe and you want to, be small with it, right? It'll never work that way. It won't. And so on today, on Monday, Mindset Monday, I would like to tell my viewers, remember, and this topic goes so many different ways. I've been taught, I have been studying different means of or different different areas. I've been studying different areas of success. Um, and again, like I've said on other lives, successful to me is not a dollar amount. Success to me is growth in every area of my life where I am better than the person that I was the day before. Not who I'm better than, but that I'm only in competition with myself and that I'm better than myself. I'm better than the self that I was yesterday, which gives so many more dimensions and so many more levels on what you listen to. Who do you listen to? And so for me, the first part of it was when I want to do things or when I want to know things or when I seek certain things, I know a lot of times I would always go to the people. I had a couple people, only those people that I really wanted to ask everything about. I wanted to ask them everything that I wondered about, right? Because I looked up to them. I respected them. But respectfully, I can't just qualify them for things they never signed up for. So when I want to be in a certain place, I have to kind of go scope out and listen to the people who've already been there, who've taken the journey themselves. So now they can actually give me advice. So now they can tell me what they thought about a situation versus someone who never has. Who are you listening to? Just because you look up to someone for something doesn't mean you have to look to them for everything. Keep that in mind and pay very close attention to who you listen to and what you're becoming since you've been listening to them. So that's kind of a homework assignment, right? Just for the past however many years, who have you been listening to? And what has that allowed you to become over the years? Have you changed? Have you grown any? Are you still closed in? I don't know about you, but I'm all up for new beginnings, new things, and I want to grow. So I'm going to be listening to people who are constantly growing. People who are growing in areas of business, people who has success in all areas, not just because their bank account looks successful, but because they've experienced some things, because they can give me facts about something, not just their opinion. Opinions are good if you respect a person, but we also know opinions, everyone has them. So, hopefully I gave you something today that can huh, that can give you some growth, that can get you to see that your mindset will determine everything. But who you once were does not have to be who you always decide to be, right? Hopefully I said that right. But yes, just pay close attention how fragile and how sensitive your mind is. Having a mindset, and I talked about this I think last week, how having a certain mindset can be the difference in living and existing. And if you don't know the difference by now, I want you to definitely change who you're listening to. So, it has been my pleasure to come and share something with you guys, with my subscribers, with my, I so badly be wanting to say my lookers, bookers, but this is not Facebook. However, if you've been on Facebook and if you've seen some of my messages, I welcome you too. So, Mindset Monday. Until next time, you guys be blessed.